Hello everyone, welcome to Kingdom Ascension. This is a 4X strategy game that I picked up and we played a little bit on Steam, on the stream as well. And it looked pretty good, so I figured we can take a look at this. I will show you around a little bit how it works. Down in the description as usual there will be a link if you want to try out the free demo yourself. Feel free to do so. And yeah, let's just kick it off. I generally do not play very much of these sort of games, so take this as a less than experienced player playing a 4X game, and take that as you want it. So we get to select where we want to play. We have a few different options. We can be different characters, so these are giving you things like trade discounts. You can have extra troop damage and things like that. More acquire building spaces and all of that stuff. All of these are able to be adjusted as far as I know in the game. Maybe not trade discounts, I don't think you can impact that. But like your troop limits and things like that, you can influence within the game as well. So I'm just gonna play as a commoner, I think that's fine. And we'll play as normal. Hard difficulty, it's alright I guess, but let's play normal. I think that will be an interesting idea. The demo is limited to 30 days, so you can see that we have a day cycle up here. And this is the play space that we have right now. Not a huge map, but it's okay. It's okay. So we're on day one, our little base right here. The warm bonfire burns eternally, guiding those setting out from here or returning to this place. We have a few things that we need to kind of do. And right now we can't do much of anything, to be honest. We can pick up some new stuff so we can get some farms down. And the only thing we're doing now is kind of waiting. We're kind of just waiting for this to start. And there we have our first mission to do. So each of these icons, you just kind of click on them. 4X game, right? A lot of it is just managing things. If you played a 4X game since before. So most of these that we see with the binoculars, it gives you some sort of task to do usually. Keep within, deep within the nearby forest, the enemy has brazenly overtaken the logging site, seizing the timber resources we desperately need. This is your domain, your honor, and your first battle. Reclaim the logging site, weaken the enemy supply, and lay the groundwork for our growth. We'll confirm that, and then we are going to wait for him to get back home, and we'll send him out to the resource gathering right here. While he's doing that, we can take a look at the top left corner here. We can see that we have a few different things, so we can see our actual character and the impacts that he is having on the game. We can see the gold that we have. This is how we are able to trade with these merchants that show up. Some of them is going to sell stuff, some of them is going to buy stuff. So far, there's no merchant that both buys and sells. So do keep in mind the menu looks the same. The only difference is more or less that it says buy instead of sell. And of course, the description of the merchant says differently as well. But it's easy to miss. I think multiple times during the stream, I actually accidentally sold something that I was intending to buy. All right, and then we have food. So this is how you recruit people for your army. Since this is a 4X game, it's going to be a lot of fighting. That's like the main part of it. Materials is usually lumber. And this is how you have your like basic resource to build stuff. You also have metals, knowledge, and renown. These are all more advanced resources that you use for more advanced buildings and troops. And the last one we have is troops, and also the green number indicates how many troops we still can recruit. So we are currently making food. We have a thief right here. Anything in yellow will not actually attack you, but you can attack them to get some extras yourself. That's something that you can absolutely do. Unfortunately, we will not be able to do anything like that. So what we need to do is we need to beat these guys, but we don't really have any way to beat them right now. If we look here, we have the countryside, a simple village with a few small buildings scattered around. It looks very peaceful. Let's go over there. And now you'll see that we will not actually fight this guy. They won't bother you. unless you are actively like attacking them. So if you click on them, you can go and beat them up and you will get some resources for that. But they won't directly attack you. You will eventually get attacked, but that is not necessarily all the time. Most of them are just gonna roam around. Most of them are just gonna roam around. So we're into day 2 and we just got this village right here. This tranquil and beautiful place where passing merchants often pause. So what we can do here is we can acquire this one. That'll give us a little bit more of population. So population is how many troops we can have. We can also get some extra food by acquiring this one. But we need some renown to do that. And to get some renown, we kind of need to start fighting people. So if we get a bunch of these guys, maybe not that many. If we do that, we will have eight guys to fight with. That should at least allow us to fight back the logging site, so we can take over that. And also introduce ourselves to the first battle that we are going to have today. Let's make sure we don't give away any resources first. We are going to need all the resources we can get. So if we now send our guys over here to the logging site, we can go and bump all of them out to fight that. They will head over there and we'll be introduced to our first battle. Battles are mostly kind of idle based, so you're mostly going to just watch battles play out in real time. So you have the opportunity to swap in which order your units are arriving in. Later on we will also have some abilities that we can use during the fight, but for now it's start war. They will run against each other, kind of just fight each other as it goes. And it looks like we didn't actually lose anyone, so that's really good. That means that we are good to go. And we can see here that when we fought them, we get some renown, we get some gold, we get a little bit of food, some materials, as well as some supplies. So the lumber mill is under our control. This is only beginning. The enemy's first outpost stands atop the hill, watching us like a hawk. But victory requires preparation. Soldiers need to be well fed. You must establish a stable food supplies system and recruit enough soldiers to fully prepare before gathering your forces to launch the offensive. Alright, so our mission is to get rid of these pirates, this scum, over here at the Sentry post now. We're going to try to maybe upgrade a little bit here. So if we go into our base, can do that down here, or just hitting Q works as well. We're gonna go and acquire a new area. We still have some gold to do that. And what we're looking for is actually one of these stables. So if we can get 200 materials, that would be very, very good. We have this guy, but he's level 9. That's gonna be tough for us. That's gonna be tough for us. We get a little bit of resources doing that as well, but we definitely need more. Need more people. Can't afford that many though. Can't afford that many though. These are both 50, so if we can't take any more. Let's grab those guys then. So to actually expand the logging site, it costs a lot of gold. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit with that. We now have 10 units. That means that we can technically beat this thief, but we're gonna lose a lot of units doing that. So I don't think that's actually worth it. Instead, I'm gonna continue and gain more and more of these guys. Hold on. I'm full. I'm full. We actually need a house. So a farm we already have. We can build a house. Could be valuable. Open up another one. And some of these you can build multiples of. I think farmhouse and clinic you can build multiple of, maybe. I think so. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I know farm and house you can build multiples of, but you have a limited amount of space that you can actually build on. So even if you can fill it up with a bunch of houses, it's not necessarily what you want to do. Not necessarily what you want to do. We don't really have anything to do around here at the moment, so just kind of waiting for everything to come to terms here, build up our army so we can actually get all of this dealt with. 5 more troops there, that's good. To try to get this merchant, he's selling some items for us, so if we want to, we can buy stuff from him. Getting wood would be really nice, but it is super expensive. It's 18 gold for that. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. I don't think that's worth it. What we could do instead, we can go into our inventory. You can do that with I or clicking on this warehouse right here. And these supplies that we won in the last battle, it allows us to get a bunch of food. So each of these is granting 40 food. So in the bottom here, you see that if we are using those, we get 80 food. You can also sell them if you want to make some money off it. I found that most of the time it makes most sense to get food from it, especially in the early game. But I don't know how that will pan out later on. Alright, so we got a little bit lower level thief here now. So let's send in our troops and let's see if we can beat him up. We'll get some more renown. We'll be able to do a little bit more. We have a blacksmith here. Blacksmith uses a really heavy hammer that they can throw once, dealing a lot of damage. But after that, they're kind of weak. They don't do too much after that. And they also have a bunch of archers. So if we put our archers in the back, we should be able to tank most of it with the farmers here. Because our hunters should be able to pick off the majority of everything else. Yeah. Did pretty good. We lost a farmer. That was to be expected. It's not the end of the world. We get a little bit more renown, actually more this time than we did last time. We also get double the amount of supply that we got last time. That's not a standard, it depends a little bit randomly and also how strong the actual character is. Let's bring that food out. It's another 160 for us. We can go over here to the village. Could actually buy this now, so I'm actually gonna do that. And we also have 160 wood. I think we needed 300 for the item that we were looking for. So we would like to get... Barracks is good. It allows us to recruit stuff all the time from home as well. We don't really need it right now. We kind of want a stable. Oh, it's only 200. Okay, then we're actually fine. Let's allow that to go up to 200 and then we should be good to go. Come here. Get it. Get it. A level 7 thief, that's an easy win as well. We're just about to hit 200. So that's right. I keep forgetting that when you're in menu, the game pauses. You kind of don't want to do that. So if we get a stable, that means that we can go with one of these guys, for example, to this trader, which doesn't have anything. But we can send one of them over here, for example. And we can buy a bunch of archers. And you can see that we already have possibility to send out one more troop. You can see it on the commoners here. So troops movement speed, and then you can see number of troops deployed upper limit 2, which means that we can have 2 people doing things at the same time. The enemy has noticed our ambitions and began massing troops to launch a frenzied counterattack on our territory. The assault will come in relentless waves, trying to overwhelm your forces with sheer numbers and destroying everything you have painstakingly built. Only by uprooting their power completely will this war truly come to an end. So this is the guys that will actually invade us repeatedly. So we can see here, it kind of turns into a little bit of a, what do you call it? Almost a little bit of a base defense at this point, which is interesting. which is interesting. Anything else? We can get one more of you and one more of you, I think. And now we can send out 2 people, so one can go and pick up this, and one can go and get ourselves some more units. One of the benefits of having the option to build units in your hometown is also that when you are recruiting units there, you don't need to send out a person to actually do it. So it's valuable that way to have the units working through that. I think we would like to get a clinic that allows us to actually have our units both recover a little bit faster, and it also means that they are less likely to die when they lose a battle, which is, of course, really good. Anything that can prolong our units is always going to be very helpful. Do we have any more items? We do not. Our warehouse is empty, which is fine. It's a nice little calm game, this actually. I've been enjoying this quite a bit. A caravan of traders from distant lands has arrived at the base. Their goods packed with various precious items, including exotic spices, fabrics, and metalworks. Villagers flock to trade, and although the caravan's prices are relatively high, they have brought a wealth of rare resources to the base. This trade has quickly invigorated the base's economy, greatly benefiting the village merchants and causing a brief period of economic prosperity. So this is a random event that you get. We get 30% more gold. Downside to that is that we don't have any gold income at the moment. So yeah, it doesn't really help us very much. If we wanted to get something for that, it's not until we get the bank that we can actually start making the money, unfortunately. So that's a little bit later on in the game. We would like to see some more fighting, actually. We're starting to mass up some troops here. So if we could get some more fighters in there, that would be very helpful. We're also kind of idling one a lot of the time here. So not perfectly efficient. But you didn't really expect that from this channel, did you? You didn't really expect that from this channel, did you? We still have a couple of days until the first invasion arrives. And I think we are already at the point where we can beat that back fairly easily, so I'm not that worried. Can take care of these thieves as well. Did play on hard when we played on the stream. That was a bit more impactful, but normal seems like a nice calm experience as well. So, new character this time, it's the woodcutter wielding a sharp axe, excels in area attacks. Okay, so he will deal damage to multiple units in front of him then. If you're looking at these guys, they have battlefield width. This just impacts how many of them are able to fight at once. So you have a limited amount of characters that you can actually command. So if you move these archers, for example, to the back here, you'll see that they no longer have this yellow frame on them, and they also don't have the yellow highlight. That means that they will stay back in the battle, and as people fall in battle, they will join in as like reserves. So they will be like support from the back. Only there when people are falling in battle, they will step in instead. So that's how the width work, and that depends on how big your width is. So we can see that we are almost double the size of theirs, and this is also a number that you can impact in different ways, especially when it comes to research. A way that you can kind of cheat this a little bit is that the game seems to be a little bit confused with like small amounts of units. So even if I put it here, it is outside of our width. If I put it right here, then it's actually still within my width, which is very interesting. I don't really know how width is calculated, because technically if we have 10 of both of these, it should be the width that we can hold, right? So I'm not 100% certain how that is calculated, but I'm sure there is a reason for it. We'll send that in. It should be an easy win for us. I do not think we're gonna lose very much here. Maybe one guy or something. Yeah. One farmer lost, that's fine. Not an issue at all. A little bit more resources, some coins, some renown. Very good. Very good indeed. Let's try to get that out of here. Bit more food. And we should be able to go to the village. And how much do this cost? That costs way more than what we have. So if we go and get some archers, we can get that. We also have a thief here that we can fight. Send out our army. Take care of the madmen. No, like thieves here. Oh, they have bucket heads. Okay. Iron Hand, Wanderer, only armed on the head. So he doesn't deal very much damage, but he's harder to kill. And then they have one blacksmith that will throw his armor. No, not throw his armor. He will throw his axe, hammer. Yes, hammer. And then he will deal a bunch of damage to one character. So I think this is okay. That means that we will be able to shoot with archers a little bit earlier. And then we have some farmers to flank as well. That should be pretty darn good. Yeah. That's all good. Lost a few farmer there. Actually quite a bit. 6 farmer lost. Might need to start replenishing those. We also need to actually get the clinic up and running. So maybe that is what we're doing next time. Do we have money for the clinic? We actually do. Okay, let's get the clinic up then. And next up we should have a barracks, which is a bit more materials than we have right now. We have a lot of food though. Can we buy this? Let's get some farmers. That should be good. If we go here, we can upgrade our houses as well. And that should allow us to get even more farmers. But since we are working on the barracks now, I think it makes more sense to wait for that, because then we can recruit different soldiers that's not just farmers and hunters. Get things like swordsmen and things like that. Actually move up to tier 2, which is kind of the 3 width. If you remember. 3 width creatures or guys. Okay, so materials is dropping in price now. As you continue playing through the game, you'll realize that the prices adjust as you go through the game. So we can now buy for 16. I still don't think that's worth it. It's 48 for all of our gold. Not worth it. Sentry right now 26. I think that's enough. We could actually go and beat them up. Can take care of this thief as well. It should be pretty good. Let's move these guys up front and maybe do something like that. Now you can see we don't have all of our creatures because some of our archers is coming in right here when people start dying. As like support, so to say. Alright, so now that we have a clinic, we have some injured people, which means that we can actually revive those. And we also have some dead people and only 9 farmers left. Gonna have to do something about that as well. Let's bring this out. Giving us 240 wood. That's still not worth it. That was a good one. 31 materials for that. Thank you very much. How is this looking? Can build another clinic. We don't need that. Need a barracks, which is not too far off. Not too far off. We'll get that very, very soon. How strong were you? That's a 10 thief one. Don't really want that. Here we can sell items. You can see the only difference from this and the buying one is the fact that this sells sell. So yeah, you need to be a little bit careful with that. We're up now, so we can actually get the barracks. Let's put in a barracks in here. That allows us to actually recruit our own creatures, which is very good. You can hit W for that as well. And we can see that we have a little bit more than the one we had before. So we have the normal farmers. We saw the blacksmith in a fight once. We can now recruit those ourselves. We also have the hunter, and we have the ironhead. And usually you get one of these more powerful creatures in the beginning. So we're gonna try to get a few of those. Maybe get couple of ironheads as well, and the rest will just be archers. We actually have so much food. I think that'll be pretty good. Let's recruit that. We should now be able to go up here, fight off these guys. They'll take care of the sentry outpost that we have here. And you can see that we are going to input all of our creatures. I'm gonna put you guys up front together with the soldiers. And that should take the brunt of the damage here, because we're gonna have a bunch of people throwing stuff at us. So if these ironheads can take that damage first, we can pepper them with arrows and have the farmers flank around and maybe even get to the archers when they start entering the battle. Their battle was is very, very low, so I think we should be able to win this fairly easily. A lot of our archers is going to kill the first wave. We also have our swordsman, who is actually quite substantial. Here comes archers. We're still good. Yeah. It's all good. We lost a few people, 2 ironheads, we lost a couple of armors. Our swordsman is fine, our hunters are fine. So we just need a little bit of more heavy fronts, and then we're good to go. The hilltop outpost, so this was one of the missions that we had to actually eliminate these enemy remnants. The hilltop outpost has been brought under control, making a significant victory. However, despite the flag sounding proud, this land is full of hidden dangers. Enemy remnant lurk in the woods, and abandoned buildings may hide both risks and opportunities. There are even undiscovered hostile forces observing our every move. Your next task is to explore and clear the surrounding areas. Eliminate all potential threats before they can grow, and seek out resources and strategic locations to invigorate your rule more strongly. We'll do that. This is a sentry post. It literally just acts as visibility. And we're now seeing the transport squads starting to show up. These are very strong and really hard to kill. But if you can, I think they give a lot of resources. I still have not been able to actually kill any of them. But maybe one day we will. Maybe one day we will. So, what do we need to do? You can sell. So we could sell these guys. They'll give us 229 gold. That's probably worth it. Let's get some upgrades here as well. So we could actually get the workshop for the war machines. Or we can get the research institute. I'm gonna go with the research institute. That gives us access to the research menu, which is quite generic. Honestly, it's not that exciting. It is mostly just percentile improvements to all of this stuff. Some of it is things like building sounds that you can improve. We also have things like battle width, that you can have more creatures on the map. We can also recruit a few more, but we only have boring soldiers now. They will update in 7 hours, so that's probably not worth it to do right now. Guess we could go and beat you up. He went back. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. 63 for these, so we don't really have what we need for that. Alright, we got our first mission here, bustling market. We discovered a bustling marketplace filled with a wide variety of goods ranging from fresh food to exquisite handcrafts. Let's go and take care of that. We got some thieves rolling in here. And our first invasion coming in. We can see them right here. Enemy vanguards. 9 weak enemies and 1 medium. That should be plenty easy for us to deal with. We could actually maybe even recruit some new guys here as well. Get you and Maybe some of you guys could be good. Get some area damage. We have 31 now, so we'll make easy work of these. Not even an issue. We're gonna move our archers further back. We can still keep the farmers in the back here. I think that's fine. Or should we move them forward? We'll move the farmers forward so they can maybe die against the blacksmith. I'm actually fine with that. They have an upgraded archer, so proper long-ranged archer, which will deal a bit more damage than our normal hunters do. I think they mostly hit better. Our hunters are missing a lot. Alright. Battle. All of our farmers just instantly died. Yeah. And we lost one woodcutter as well, but he's just injured, so he will be back in the fight in no time. Got a little bit of renown, got some food, got some resources. Nothing new there. Let's open up these 18 resources, huh? Seems good. And don't care about any of these, actually. Can I upgrade my... I can upgrade my barracks. That will give us some new characters and higher level characters. So we can actually go and get our own archers now. And we can also get a guard. Could get a bunch of woodcutters, I guess. No, we don't have enough food for that. So let's recruit those two. Actually get our guys up and running. I guess we can go and deal with this thief. Should be good enough. And let's see. I don't know why the game like randomizes with archers up front. It seems really weird. You don't want that. So let's do that instead. I think they will more or less just die, to be honest. Let's put the heavy shield guy up front, maybe. Should be good. And there it is. Not even a single one each injured that time. Usually if you double, it's fairly safe to say that you're not going to lose creatures. But there's exceptions for that as well, of course. There we go. We can now go and have a look at the Uncharted Wilds. We can also pick that up. We now have a marketplace, so we can buy and sell stuff. We can also acquire this to get some gold output, which is nice. We don't have any gold incoming right now. We have this trading caravan, which should give us extra gold. But since we're not producing gold, then that is kind of wasted. So let's go and purchase this once they get back. Should be fine. We'll do that. That costs quite a bit. I think it was like 2,000 gold or something. And a bunch of renown. So not always great. 63 of the transport again. We can't really deal with that. Let's send them in here and fight that instead. We have a dark swamp with a weak enemy at it. The people living here have dull eyes as if they've forgotten something. Didn't get to read that. I'll send you to the front. Let's send you to the front and maybe you as well. That should be pretty good. We'll do that so everyone can fight. And you guys just don't stand a chance, to be honest. You have no chance to survive. They're kind of dead before you even get to us. Oh, they managed to kill one of our woodcutters and somehow an hunter as well. I guess they threw their hammer at the hunter then. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm not a big fan of 4X games. I think they are usually too complex. It's just too much to do in them. This is a really well-themed game in the idea that it's super easy to just pick up and put down. You really don't need to think of very much. It's almost like an idle game, but not really. So yeah, it's really nice, and I've been having a blast with it, to be honest. How are we doing? We are at 250 wood. Does that mean that if I get you, can I get the workshop? Yes. Alright. So this will give us access to the different war machines that we can have. We currently have the ballistae. You can also use materials to upgrade these. So you can do things like get extra charges. You can see that the ballista, it is currently only have a 1 charge, so you can have 1 more charge. And charges are charging up over time. So right now it takes 24 hours for 1 charge to appear. And yeah, those can be used within battle. I will show you in just a little bit. Let's get some assassins. They're usually pretty good against archers because archers just can't damage them, which is very, very handy. Let's get you guys as well then. Get some securities. We have some metals here. Is that to sell or buy? This is to buy. If I want to buy the max amount of you, I can get 3, and that's for gold and renown. We can do that. Can also go over here to the marketplace. Here we can, for example, buy things. So we can buy metals. It's a bit more expensive, but it gives us access to repeated resources, which is very handy. We can also sell things. Right now we only have food and materials to sell, of course. But in the future we will have things like jewels and metals and all kinds of cool stuff. Tastefully arranged houses. Let's go see what this is. Let's go see what that is. More bandits. And I think we should go and beat on this. It's not what we wanted to do. I wanted to do... we don't have enough food actually to do anything here. Let's get this guy. And I think we should go and beat up these bandits. I think that makes sense. I think if we max out our troops here, we will go and beat up the guys over at the swamp. We also have this outlaw camp here. Not sure we want to deal with that right now. Weak enemy 33. And 4 hours. I think I'll just wait. Save up some stuff. And we'll deal with that when it happens. Fight this. What were you? 11? Yeah, we can fight that. Yeah, we can fight that. Next invasion is in 3 days, so we got plenty of time for that. So, this time we're gonna be able to use our war machines, so it doesn't really change the battle very much, it just gives you something to do. Which is alright. You actually don't have any archers, so I'm gonna put my assassins in the back. They are not going to do very much for us. Boom guy, sure, you can be behind them. So, few archers, assassins will just be waiting on the back, so we won't be losing those at least. And we can now use our ballista. Shoots in a straight line upon selecting a direction, capable of penetrating enemies. So it's valuable to put that behind, because they will actually shoot through a few of them as well. So if we put that right here, it'll go straight through them, deal a bunch of damage, and we're pretty good. Don't kill my... I thought they were gonna kill my guard, but no, they didn't. Ironhead died and Woodcutter died. That's perfectly fine. Just used our ballistae, so we won't be able to use that again in 24 hours. Which is probably alright. Let's get some more swordsmen. And can we get some archers as well? No, we don't have the food for that. Let's see if we can get some more food. Maybe get some archers. Some food and some archers. That's 27. I really want to go to this dark swamp, but I'm worried we will not be able to. I guess they're all weak, so it's not impossible. If they have a lot of archers, then might be an issue, but that's not the case. We would probably be quite alright. Right, so we have a battle here. We actually have some archers this time, so our assassins are going to be a little bit more valuable. So these guys are very nimble and can actually dodge ranged attacks, which is very good. We do have a few woodcutters. They will deal area damage, which is not great. I'm gonna put our assassins behind both of our guards and swordsmen in that case. And I think we should be able to deal with this, hopefully without losing too much. Yeah. Hopefully without losing anything, actually. Very good. Very good. Archers are a little bit ranged as well. Or the assassins are a little bit ranged as well, which is good. So with that, we actually got some gems. We can also sell these supplies. I don't like selling those though. I actually like to have that available to us. Let's get another assassin. That'll be good. We're up to 29 now. When does this reset? In an hour. We don't really have very much food at the moment. What if we go to the marketplace and try to sell something? What if we sell this guy? It's 267 coins. Not really worth it, is it? But if we buy some food? 1.9. 93 for 40. That is more than 2 per unit. It's better to buy food this way then. That's 897 for 1.7k. We can do that. We'll do that. And then I'm just building up my army now so we can go and deal with this dark swamp. Very good. We have a bunch of food. We also have some new guys now. So maybe get some swordsmen. If we can, maybe some assassins. We cannot. 750. Get some archers then. Can't get anything else. And I think that's probably all we need for the dark swamp here. Do we have our war machine ready? Yes. All right. Let's send this dark swamp situation over here. Troops, engage. Let's go. I like the art style of these guys moving around as well. Almost gives me like a roguelite feeling to their movement. All right. Almost no archers at all, huh? Okay. So we probably want to move you forward a little bit. Those are fine, but I would like you in front, I think. And then we'll have some archers in reserve. I think that's fine. That's probably okay. A lot of bucket heads. We're gonna lose a few people for the blacksmith, but the rest of it should actually be okay. We can also do this. That will kill a few of them. And the amount of archers we have here is very good. And now there's just farmers, which more or less are instantly dying. Okay. Lost a couple of swordsmen, lost an assassin, and 1 injured. Not too bad. I think I would have preferred to have the swordsman falling behind, but that's fine. So we have a processing plant, we can make it into a gold output, or we can have reinforcements. It just gets a bunch of units. We can make those out of everything else, and materials is always really hard to get by. Materials and food is like the main part, so we're gonna go for the materials here actually. And then we get a bunch of resources from actually winning the battle as well. And yeah, that's more or less Kingdom Ascension for you. I hope you have enjoyed. We're gonna wrap it up here. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more of this stuff. We'll continue playing. If that's the case, we can finish up this demo if you want to. Let me know. Hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed, and I'd love to see you in the next episode. Until then.